What's up, everybody? It's your boy Trayvon here with Talk TV, and today I'm going to go over a new release from the house of YSL. Now, this fragrance here smells fantastic and is fairly new to the fragrance community. But without further ado, let's just jump into it. And that fragrance from the house of YSL, this is YSL MYSLF EDP. There you go. The bottle of this is very tall, so black on black, which I do like. Yep, so let's jump into it. You got the YSL Y logo at the top. You got the name of the fragrance as well as the concentration and batch code on the sticker right here. Nothing on the sides. No YSL on the front, as you saw already. Inside the cap here, you got the YSL Y logo here. The atomizer on this it's pretty good. It's all right. It's not good, it's not bad either, but it's decent for what it is. So, what do I get out of this fragrance? This fragrance here is amazing in the opening. It opens up very beautiful. Has two types of bergamot. You know, Calabrian bergamot and just regular old bergamot. The difference between those two, don't know. But what I get out of those two aspects in the top is that citrusy note that is tart-like, juicy, bright, and fizzy. It gives off a soft, fresh, spicy accord aspect to this fragrance, which is so good smelling. It does come out very feminine. Not very feminine, but it comes off feminine in the opening. But it is unisex because to me, it gives off a feminine vibe, and it also gives off a masculine vibe. So it's kind of balanced between those two factors, because the note of blossom, orange blossom, the orange blossom gives it like a white floral, fresh, somewhat of a soft, sweet touch to this fragrance, which will lean it towards a feminine type of an aspect to this fragrance. But when you get into the base though, you get some ambrofix. What is that? I don't know. I'm gonna assume that it's ambroxan. Correct me if I'm wrong. And patchouli. Now the patchouli inside of here gives it like a dark, mysterious type of a sweet masculinity to this fragrance, which is making it unisex for men as well. I feel like females can pull it off as well because of the orange blossom. The opening is what smells the most unique. And the opening is what really drew me into this fragrance. But it gets kind of disappointing because when it dries down, it gets very familiar. Unfortunately, because if you were to take like Y Live by YSL and Invictus Legend, if you were to take two of these and merge them together, you will get this. But that's in the dry down though. Once it completely dries, I smell those two fragrances in the dry down, which is kind of a disappointment because the opening of this fragrance is really awesome. I love how this fragrance opens up. But the opening is very short-lived, unfortunately, and it dries down to something familiar. But let's just get into the steak and potatoes on why this fragrance takes a bit of a knock. The performance on this one is not good on my skin. I tested this out at work. Before I left my house, I sprayed like 6 to 7 sprays. After like the 3rd or 4th hour mark, it was very faint, which is not good at full retail and the price that I paid for this, which I can return it, and I am going to return it because that is not good to me. Because the fact that it smells familiar in the dry down and the performance is not that good, it's a no-go for me. Had this fragrance with me at work and I reapplied this fragrance again after like 3 to 4 hours, and the same thing, 3 to 4 hours, 4 hours at the max, it became a skin scent. to the point where it was almost not detectable on me. On my skin, I had my skin moisturized and everything for it so it can retain that fragrance and give it a little bit more strength and longevity, but that did not work with this. Each time I reapplied on myself 3 times within 10 hours, which is the amount of time of my shift. It's 10 hours. I sprayed 3 times. And each spray was like a good 5 to 6 sprays. And it only lasts like between 3 to 4 hours. But the projection was good. I can say that. The projection was pretty good for like, I want to say 45 minutes to an hour before it set close to the skin. It really became a faint skin set after like the 4th hour mark, which is not good enough for me. For this fragrance to smell so unique to me, you know, a bright, white, floral, juicy, smooth, elegant, somewhat of a tart, just zesty type of a scent that has like a warm spice to it, fresh spice to it as well in the opening, then dries down to something very familiar and not performing well at the same time, it's a disappointment. I'm sorry. Now, if you want to ask me as far as like, you know, the age group that can wear this, like I always say, if you like it, wear it. Does not matter. Specifically, if you want my specific opinion on this one as far as the age groups, I will say this is for all ages. You know, it does have a small hint of masculinity for the older gentleman to appreciate once it dries down completely, but it does have that captivating, sweet, crowd pleasing, lady pleasing type of a factor in the opening to the dry down, as well as into like, you know, the mid as well, the mid into the dry down. It does have that compliment factor in, you know, sweet, playful, immature type of an aspect for the younger guys to appreciate. So yeah, all ages to me. Seasons for this bad boy, I would say spring, summer, fall, winter. No, does not have that strength unless you spray on your clothes, on your skin, and head straight out the door. It would do a little bit of a justice in the first couple of hours. After that, this bad boy is gone, fam. So, at least on my skin, in my experience. You might buy this for a good price or for retail, whichever you prefer. You might buy this and might have a decent time. Might have a better time than I did. Test it out for yourself. Don't go off my opinion. This is just my experience. It might change. It might be the same for you. It might be the same or different for you. And it may be the same as far as my experience with this one for you as well. But you'll never know unless you try it for yourself. So my final thoughts on this one. Should you buy YSL MYSLF? I would say no. Wait for it to hit discounters. Wait for it to get a little bit cheaper, because in terms of the performance and the familiarity and the dry down, I would have to say no. Do not buy this for retail. Wait for it to get discounted online somewhere or at a fragrance outlet store or whatever, whichever you prefer. But I highly do not recommend buying this at full retail due to the fact of the performance and my experience on my skin and on my clothes and the familiarity and the dry down. And the dry down to me, to my nose, I will have to say no. Wait for it to hit discounters. No for retail. Also, I forgot to mention, this came up to $135 and some change, which is not good. Not good. And that $135 and some change is going back to my bank account. Thankfully and happily. Because this, no. I will be exchanging for something else that's a little bit better and a little bit worth that money. But $135 and some change for this one? No. No. Man, I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. I forgot to show the box off. For those of you who care, here is the box. The box does look gorgeous. You know, you got the name of the house and the size and concentration and all that good stuff at the bottom. And then as you rotate it to the back, you got the ingredients and all that good stuff. And it shows you the directions to refill this bottle. You know, on the side, it has myself on the side, upside down, sorry. Got myself on the side, and on the side right here you have YSLBeauty.com, the website, as well as the logo at the top of the box. That's pretty much it. So that's all that I have for Scent Talk TV, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, you know what to do. You gotta like, comment, share, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. And I will see you guys in the next video. Be safe out there and be blessed, and have a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.